Australia, the land down under, is heading back up north to Turin for Eurovision 2022. They're sending Not the Same by Sheldon Riley, but do we Riley like it? We love a pun. Let's review Eurovision. So Australia has been in the competition since 2015. They've got a pretty good track record, nearly won on their second attempt. It's been sort of a bit rocky since then. They sent Technicolor by Montaigne, didn't qualify for the first time ever. Slightly unfairly, I think. Staging, it didn't help that they couldn't make it all the way to Rotterdam, I suppose, but they are going to be in Turin this time. They held Australia Decides yet again. The song they're sending is Not the Same. Let's have a listen. I'm not the same. So quite over dramatic, perhaps. It's quite extravagant. What do we think of it, Emily?
I'm not massively keen. I also think it's very risky that so much of it is all like quite a big chunk of it is almost a cappella, because it's like if he's slightly off key, it's not gonna sound good. You know, it's a nice ballad, but I don't know. Australia I feel like was bringing kind of different stuff to Eurovision, and this feels very much kind of Eurovision-y. You know, like Montaigne, Technicolor, it was different to what we normally see. Oh God, the song's name's gone out of my head. Is it Kate? Where's all like the mad
Kate Miller-Heidke with Zero Gravity.
The one.
That was amazing.
Exactly, and I'm just like, this just feels like it could be better. I mean, like, it's fine. It's a perfectly nice song. It has a nice message, but yeah, it's just kind of okay for me, I think.
Yeah, it's the same for me, really. There's no doubting Sheldon is an incredibly good singer. Like, vocals are not going to be an issue, really. I think there's, to follow on you saying it's a bit of a risk about it being a cappella, it is a risk. I think it probably is something that will pay off because Sheldon does sort of carry it through. The song is very unremarkable, though. It could come from anywhere. And it just does the job, and it relies entirely on his voice, and that's not really the mark of a good song. If a song relies on just one characteristic, if it relies on the staging, on the voice, on whatever, it's a tower of cards that's at quite rapid risk of collapsing. And the song, it doesn't do anything for me at all. It's just basically someone whinging about being a bit different, and there's a level of narcissism about it as well that I know I said in the Israel video. There's a narcissism that I quite like. This is just, it's really self-centered, and because I think there's only Sheldon on stage, it sort of all focuses on him. It's not really for me. And I think he also sort of got my back up, because before Australia Decides, he did a post on social media saying, "Oh, this is my Eurovision outfit," and I was like, hold on, hon. No, it's your national final outfit that might go to Eurovision. You've not won the ticket yet. There's an air of it's going to happen. I deserve it. That sort of gets my back up a little bit. And ever since then, I've sort of been a bit turned off him as an artist. And it's not really, the song doesn't do anything for me. It's very me. About how different I am, and how we're not the same because I'm different. It doesn't really do anything for me. Not a big fan. So that's a summary of our comments. Where does it sit in our rankings? Do we think it'll qualify? It's going in the second semi-final. Where do we think it's going to finish, Emily?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I think because it is just kind of one of many other ballads this year, I've actually ranked it really quite lowly. It's my number 37 for the year, which is just purely on, it's almost like I'm judging Australia to a higher standard because I know that they can send kind of better. Whether it qualifies, I'm not sure. It depends how kind of how much it stands out against other ballads, and depends how the other ballads do on the night. I think, you know, if the other ones are, if it's the best out of all the ballads, then there's no reason why it shouldn't qualify. But if it, you know, just kind of sinks into the background and isn't particularly remarkable, then yeah, I'm not too sure. And Australia is as we saw last year, isn't a guaranteed final qualifier anymore. You know, the novelty of it being in the contest isn't there. But yeah.
Yeah, it's not that high in my ranking at all. It's one of my least favorites of the year. It's 36 in my ranking, so there really isn't that much lower than it. And it's just, if it goes through, I sort of envisage it doing very Australia 2017, where it goes through nearly entirely on jury votes. It does in the final, it does very, very well in the juries, comes top 5, but then gets nearly not like barely anything in the televote, because I don't see I don't know why someone would pick up the phone and actually spend money and vote on this, is my issue. And I think if it does get through, then I think it might, there is a chance. Yeah, I think it'll not do very much in the final. And I think bottom 10, I think it'll do well enough on the jury to sort of keep it up there, but I think sort of nearer the bottom 10 is where it'll end up. It's really not for me. It's very bland and very, very generic. So that's what we think. Neither of us are big fan. James, of course, who isn't here, not a big fan of it either. Do let us know what you think. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? Hit the comments. Be nice, of course. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, hit the bell note to get notified every time we have new videos. And of course, we're on Instagram at Eurovision, so give us a little follow there. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you for the next episode.